up, everyone? It's me, Stef The Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to the Dose the Daily Nerd, where I break down the royal news and gossip of the day that's pretty much caught me eye. And oh my goodness, yeah, let's jump into this madness, shall we? Because Megxi has pissed off Candace Owens. Why though? Because Candace Owens has teared her a new one in this brutal rant that we're going to play in a minute right here. But yeah, this is being reported first and foremost by The Express. This is where I heard it initially. And then I went onto YouTube to then find the clip so I could actually play it for you. So yeah, I'm going to play this clip. I'm going to provide my commentary for fair use purposes. So yeah, let's go.
Okay, now I got to get something off my chest, you know? I really do. I have to get something off my chest. And I need feedback. I need guidance, because we're all in need of feedback and guidance sometime. You know, none of us are perfect. I'm trying to be a better person every day. And
Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
Just was on Instagram. This is not a new Meghan Markle clip. It isn't at all. It's presumably an old one. I think it is from her sit down with Drew Barrymore, which might have been a couple of months ago, but I just saw it for the first time. And I was instantly enraged. From...
Yeah, that's a natural reaction. Or one of the natural reactions you get when you watch Megxi do her thing.
This like 10-second clip, it just annoyed me. And so I want you to listen to this 10-second clip, or however long it is. And she's just talking about her life at home while she's on this press tour for her brand as ever. Take a listen.
Okay, I'm just going to fast forward through that, okay? Because even though I'm playing this clip for fair use purposes, she's going to play a clip from the Drew Barrymore show. And we all know that when it comes to the mainstream media, they love to try and copyright claim us, even though we can argue we're using the clip for fair use purposes. I just can't be bothered with trying to argue with those idiots. So let's just fast forward there. And here we go. Candace Owens. Let's have a more of a listen.
How are you guys feeling right now? What is it about her and that just infuriates me? And so I sent it to my former executive producer and my current executive producer in a chat. And I was like, what is this? Why do I feel angry when I listen to that? What, like, is it me? Am I tired? You know? And she said back, there is something incredibly condescending about the way that she speaks to us. Like, this is supposed to be relatable. This isn't relatable at all. First off, it sounds fake. That is not, it sounds self-indulgent. I'm away for one night, so I record myself and I take a book and I read the book and I sit and I hold the book and I'm like, I do not want green eggs and ham. I do not like them. Sam, I am. Would you like them in the dark? Would you like them in the park? I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them. Sam, I am. Would you like them on a train? Would you like them in the rain? And then I finish reading this book to myself, a thin book, and then I send it to my husband who's doing bedtime, because that's normal. Papa's in bed with the kids. That's normal. And I say, show them the video of me reading the book as opposed to you just being a dad and reading the book. That annoys me. Stop condescending us. That doesn't...
Yep. And this is the thing. Candace Owens is pretty much hitting the nail on the head when it comes to the problem with Megxi. What have I always said, guys? Megxi has a likability and trustability issue. If people don't like and trust Megxi, then people are not going to like and trust Megxi in terms of what she's saying and what she's trying to sell us. And we don't trust Megxi. Why? Because as Candace Owens is saying here, she's coming off as extremely fake and very condescending. It's as if Megxi is just reading from a script. And what she's saying, essentially, then, isn't authentic. See where I'm coming from there? Let's carry on.
It make you sound like a better mom. It makes you sound like really kind of into yourself in a way. Like,
and that's the thing. When Megxi talks about Archie and Lily, right? She don't really talk about Archie and Lily. She talks about herself. When she talks about Azza, she's not really talking about Azza. She's talking about herself. She's talking about what she does for Hazza. She's talking about what she does for the kids. But she ain't talking about really the kids or Hazza. She's making it all about her. The alleged narcissistic freaking nutbag.
That's just not necessary. That's annoying for your kids who are 3 and 5 and therefore don't have an attention span to watch mom read a book while all of it just really, really sent me. Okay. It just really sent me. And then as we were trying to land upon that, I was like, yes, it is condescending. There's something condescending and unbelievable about it and annoying for her children. So, Skylar pointed out to me that Tim Dillon did this clip, and just so your ears, he's going to say the B word twice. I do try to spare you guys any swearing, but he describes her very well. And he does this by taking a look at Meghan, who, like, there's always a conversation she's having, but there's an undertone to everything she says. And I feel like he explains it perfectly when he looks at this clip of her speaking to Mindy Kaling and getting triggered by the fact that Mindy Kaling calls her Meghan Markle, but then she tries to like calm down her rage about being called Meghan Markle. Take a listen.
And this is the thing, right? Meghan Markle trying to turn around and say, no, I'm not Meghan Markle anymore, I'm Meghan Sussex. Bitch, please, what's your name on your passport? It ain't Meghan Sussex. It's Rachel Meghan Markle. Come on. Who's she trying to fool, right, guys?
All right, let's watch a little bit of this.
Including her pal?
You can take me.
Right. I'm just going to fast forward through that bit a little bit. All right, here we go.
Yeah. And what she's saying to Mindy Kaling is, listen to me, you fat bitch. See, this is what she's saying to Mindy Kaling. She goes, listen to me, you fat bitch.
Firstly, for me, respectfully, maybe Tim Dillon is just saying this for shock value or for comedy reasons or something like that. Fair play. But personally, I object to him calling Mindy Kaling a quote-unquote fat bitch. I just don't think there's any need for that. Now, I know he's mimicking Megxie and saying, look, this is what Megxie's really saying. Listen, fat bitch. I know that's what he's trying to do, but I just think, personally, it's just unnecessary. He could just turn around and say, and Megxie was like, oi, listen, it's not Markle anymore. It's Sussex. You know, that kind of thing. Do you see where I'm coming from? I hope you do.
You know, she is such a monarch, Meghan Markle. And in the history of the world, the Meghan Markles of the world would be, you know, oppressing the Mindy Kalings. Because Meghan Markle's like, listen, you bitch, my empire ran your for years. Don't call me my dead name. Don't call me my dead name. That's not my name in these streets. My name is Sussex. You bitch. Is there any other interaction we can see?
Okay, we're just going to fast forward through that little bit as well. Again, whenever we show anything that's from mainstream media, again, even if we provide commentary for fair use purposes, they'll still try and claim us. So, okay, here we go.
Do you see her eyes? Do you see her eyes? She's doing an impression of a human being.
Bingo.
But the
She's doing an impression of a human being. Yes. That is a astute and very accurate description of Megxie. She's trying to do her best impression of a human being. I love that. I love that. Yes.
most interesting thing about Meghan Markle is that she's not a human being. Never become a human, honey bunny bear. Don't ever become a human being. You will. She'll be so unhappy as a person. The best version of Meghan Markle is exactly the one you are seeing right now. She is completely, her lust for power, for status, for fame is so naked and so transparent. The demon inside of her is coming out of her eyes, and she's trying to be a human being, only enough, just be enough of a human being for the show.
I am sorry, but and genuinely, I don't even mean to attack her. There was something frustrating about her, and I think he hits the nail on the head. It's like she's playing a human being, like
Yeah.
it's a performance. It's season 3 of some show that we're watching where she is required to pretend that she's a human being, and
this is the thing, right? That makes sense. That tracks. Now, for those that haven't already, please subscribe to my good friend HG Tudor on YouTube. As far as I'm concerned, he is an expert when it comes to narcissist and narcissistic behavior. And behind the scenes, HG Tudor has kindly given up some of his time to talk to me and educate me a little bit more about narcissists. And I'm paraphrasing here, and he'll explain it in his own words much more astutely and succinctly than myself, right? But let me try and do it in my own floral way. Here we go. When it comes to narcissists, they essentially don't know how to naturally act. And so what they do is they take their cues from other people as to how they're going to act, how they're going to react in certain situations, how they're going to act in certain situations, and all that malarkey, all towards the end goal of making sure that whatever they're doing is serving themselves first and foremost, hence them being narcissists, right? They're only looking out for themselves and no one else. And so when Tim Dillon and Candace Owens here are turning around, right, and they're saying, Megzy is pretending to be a human being, this is why innately we've got a problem with her. And then Candace Owens expanding on that, saying, yeah, it looks like she's reading from a script. Well, for me, that tracks with my understanding of narcissists and narcissistic behavior, thanks to HG Tudor, but also as well Revealing the Narc. Make sure you subscribe to my good friend Revealing the Narc here on YouTube as well. But yeah, let's continue with the last little bits that Candace is saying about this.
And there's an element of it that drives me insane, that she just cannot communicate in a way that is relatable at all. It's like, why would you record yourself reading a book? That's really frustrating for you to say. Why would you do that? That's not necessary. Just let dad read his book. And especially to do it in the sentence that you're saying it's because you need to present your, as ever brand. You're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, let's put it this way, right? Opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. Megzy is recording herself reading the book for her kids to watch because she doesn't want Hazard to do it. Why doesn't she want Hazard to do it? Because she wants to be in her children's life as much as possible in a more positive way, more than Hazard. Now, this is all my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. But it gives Megzy the excuse then, in let's say a custody court, turn around and say, Hazard did nothing for kids. He didn't even read them a bedside story. I had to film myself reading a bedtime story for the kids to watch because Hazard didn't do it. Hazard could if he was there, but he won't. So it fell to me. The only way I could do it was to record myself reading a story and playing it to the kids because I was working and I couldn't be with them at the time, and it was the only way to do it. Think about it. Again, opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever.
And that's what I want to communicate in as ever. That's what you want to communicate in as ever. That we should be recording ourselves reading Green Eggs and Ham if we have to spend one night away from our children. Like, I don't want to do that. So I'm out. I guess I'm out on the brand. I'm going to show you one more funny clip of him. And by the way, I see you guys in the chat earlier who had mentioned Diddy. I do have just one thing to say about Diddy, and I will say it. But first, one more clip of Tim Dillon because he nails it again about Meghan Markle. Take a listen.
She'll get the things she wants. Yes, we all hate her, but it doesn't matter. She doesn't care that we hate her. You know why? She hates us. That's why she wins. She hates us. She hates us. She thinks we're pigs. We're disgusting. We don't know how to use silverware. She thinks we're all Sieg Heiling in our backyard. We're just a bunch of fat Nazis who don't know how to make a proper cupcake. She hates us. She thinks we're pigs.
I'd rather be a piggy than be a Megzy. I just thought of that right now. I'd rather be a piggy than be a Megsy. There you go. That might actually be a good t-shirt slogan, in all honesty. But yeah, I'd rather be a piggy than be a freaking Megsy. That is for damn certain. But yeah, guys, that is the bonus Hazard and Megsy story. Why Megsy pissed off Candace Owens? Well, now we know. For those watching live, stay exactly where you guys are. I'm not done with you all yet. But if you haven't done so already, do make sure for more misadventures of the gruesome twosome that you either subscribe to me here on YouTube or follow me on X at Stef The Alter Nerd. Like, share. Comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. Do you agree with Candace Owens and Tim Dillon where they're turning around and saying, reason why we innately dislike and do not trust Megsy is because she's essentially pretending to be a human being, pretending to try and act like a human being. Do you agree with that assessment? Not? What do you guys think? Well, let me know in the comments down below. Again, those watching live, stay exactly where you are. I'm not done with you guys yet. But for those watching on the replay, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all your faces. And until the next time, you guys, laters.